All right, Truefire Star. So what do those words mean? So Truefire in this case refers to our card Truefire Captain here. 4/3 for 4 that whenever this is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target player. And then Star refers to Star of Extinction here, which deals 20 damage to each creature in Planeswalker. So Captain in play, cast the Star, get to deal 20 damage to your opponent directly, which is pretty sweet. And then we surround our 1-2 card combo with just some other reasonable interactive cards. Lightning Strike, Flame Sweep, Prison Realm, some Chandras, some Ixalan's Binding. We've got Treasure Map and Karn here to provide a little bit of card advantage while also accelerating us a little bit. So, yeah, very, very similar to Boros Reckoner. So, Boros Reckoner deals damage to anything. This only does opposing players, but still get that same kind of Reckoner-style combo that you did with Blasphemous Act back in the day. Oh, we're on a new ladder season too, right? Sweet. So we get to yeet our way up the ladder with memes. Does Flame Sweep feel better than Clarion with this package? Yeah, I think so. Flame Sweep notably doesn't kill my 4/3. Which is nice. Windowhead, thank you for the 5 months support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, so Vanguard in the main, I agree, is a little bit out of line with how defensive the rest of the deck is. But our deck has so many tools to be good against aggro decks that playing some number of cards in our main deck that hedge the control matchup tends to be very reasonable. You didn't know that was a thing in this standard format. We've definitely played this in previous seasons. It's a lot of fun. And disable emotes, show phases, do not auto-order my triggered abilities. Thank you. Yeah, sounds great. Vanguard also notably, we can pay for so it doesn't die to our flame sweeps, which is great. I have a Chandra. Yeah, I'll keep the Blast Zone. We want to hit a lot of land drops with this deck a lot of the time. Could be Feather. Yeah, smells like Feather. Play the untapped land, play the Vanguard. Yeah, Blast Zone's fine here. It's a card that they have a hard time protecting from, which is nice. Is Deckmaster dead at the moment? It's not loaded for some reason. Thanks for the heads up. My extensions set as overlay 1. I might need to reload. All right, I think we should theoretically be good now. Perfect. Yeah, I toggled something. The people that said it wasn't working, you were correct. It wasn't working. I just enabled it. I think I'm going to put this other Vanguard into play so I can have a better chance to kill the Gideon next turn. He's going to tick up to 3, so I have two attackers that can put him in the ground. What's my favorite color? I mean, I'm not a heathen, so obviously it's blue. What phone do I have? I have a OnePlus 6. I think it's a T. I think it's a OnePlus 6T. I did buy it last fall. or earlier this year. I actually bought it the weekend Christy and I went away and we got snowed on. So I think that was this year. Get out of here, Sean. Hey, Gargoyle, thank you for the very generous tier 2 resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. John Count as well. I think we've died. We're going to take 8 here. Old Bay Ray, thank you for the 9 months of support. Welcome back. Thanks for shipping your Prime again this way. Feeling pretty dead, man. Vanguard. Vanguard's a rude card against red removal. I don't actually have extra exile removal. That's awkward. Fry's pretty good here. Flame Sweep is pretty bad, actually. Oh, is the game sound not coming through on the right channel? Let's fix that. Alright, game sound. Game sound should be good now. Yeah, alright. The Yarok Field deck is very good. It's likely going to be the deck that I play at the MCQ later this month. I think I'm happy with this. I guess Vanguard's pretty bad in this matchup, so maybe I don't want those. Oh, this does do red cards, huh? Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, I just want as many ways to kill Feather as possible, right? Yeah, sounds good. Let's go ahead, Geoff. With great power comes great responsibility. Welcome to defending the realm. This Plains looks so good. The borderless basics in general look good, but the Plains is just superb. I'm gonna bottom that one for now. Not everything too expensive in my hand. Already got some cheap removal. They don't have any 1-drops that we can let. They don't have any 1-drops in Feather generally, so probably treasure map this turn. Prison Realm's a great pickup because it's a clean answer to Adanto Vanguard if they play that out. And play any good new games. We picked up a card game called Catalyst that seemed pretty reasonable for the demo. What was another good one? I'm remembering some of the names now. We're waking up a little bit. Someone asked me earlier and I couldn't remember any of the names. We picked up a game called Point Salad. That was very reasonable. And it plays 2 to 6. Finding games that play more than 4 people that don't suck can often be a challenge. A lot of the games that I enjoy cap at 4 people. Getting that 5th and 6th player slot in is ideal.
Together we can banish evil from this place. I believe in you.
You believe in me. That guy, get him out of here. Feltus, thank you for the 7 months, the 10 months of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I've not played Seven Wonders. That's a drafting game, right? Star is probably going to be too slow at this point. Erase a move. Thank you for the half a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We're probably dead if they have a God's Willing. So I think I'm end step frying this feather. And the reason why I want to do it during their end step is so that way if they have God's Willing, the God's Willing is gone until their next end step. So this way I get 2 chances to try and find a removal spell to get rid of this next turn. Striking Vanguard doesn't do anything. They just pay some life, so it doesn't really matter. So the problem with frying in response to the Defiant Strike is then they get the God's Willing back at the end of their turn, K9G. And that leaves me in a bad spot. Yeah, we're dead at this point. Our deck's just too clunky and slow to be able to interact with Feather. And their God's Willing gets to protect from all of our stuff. Thankfully, we're sitting here comfortably on the Diamond 4 rank floor, so it doesn't really matter. Red Dragon in for 4 or more people. It did go through Geoff. Sure, but they're more likely to already have God's Willing than they are to draw it off exactly that draw step with that draw with the Defiant Strike. So I'd rather play around the thing they're more likely to have than the thing that could happen as a small percentage. Yeah, I can hold the strike. I don't know. Like, that's one of those games where I think people are so focused. It's one of those games where there's lots of different little things you could, like, criticize that I did, but ultimately none of them really mattered and we were just dead. I don't think sorting through the details ends up with that game going in any direction other than me conceding. Can it to win it. Thank you for the 7 months of support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. What is Red Dragon in? Is it a resource management game? We are incredibly close, Marty. In just 60 short weeks. Sure. $60 weeks till what? Till 3 mana Teferi rotates. I wonder if they're playing Sultai Yarok. I think I'm in for some carnage. Oh yeah, Elf probably means not Sultai Yarok. Elf would be weird. The thing I got the cheesy trophy for and the apron at Gen Con was a drafting board game, not a card game. The card game I spent some time playing is one that I've streamed before in the past, which is the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions, which that game's a lot of fun, but I did not win the tournament for that game. Just gonna go ahead and binding this Cavalier of Thorns. I have played Shards of Infinity. That was one that was released last year at Gen Con, and it was very reasonable. All right. Well, none of those are lands. I guess we'll hope Karn can find us some lands.
Let us begin. A curious choice.
Thank you. Karn is pretty good at drawing lands in his defense. Yep.
I protect that which cannot protect itself.
You know what's really good at cleaning up Nissa and friends? Star of Extinction.
The land shall conquer you.
This will not deter me.
This will not deter me.
You may regret that choice.
Hey, thanks for the 3/4 of your support, Underplex. Welcome back. The treasure map, any Vanguard exiled here. So they can throw 2 3/3s at the Karn, which I think is fine. We're gonna get our scry on a little bit and try and dig for a Star of Extinction to end the game next turn. There's 42 cards. We know the position of 4. We know the position of 1. Well, that's rude. That's fine. So Star of Extinction isn't a combo kill anymore, but it's still pretty close to game winning, right? I think it's gonna clean up Nissa and a lot of their lands. Well, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon again, Black Sheep. Welcome back. Happy Monday. For folks who are Standard fans and aren't into Magic's older formats on Magic Online, Standard's gonna be starting a little bit earlier moving forward. So my whole schedule is moving up an hour. So Magic Online is going to be from 7 a.m. till about 10 a.m., which it's currently 5 to 10 right now here. And then I'm going to be going till about 2 o'clock my time most days. All right, let's end this person's entire career, shall we? Shall we? I feel like people forgot this was a card. I haven't seen this card cast much, and it's like real good against Nissa. You're like, what if we kill all the lands you've made into creatures, and then also kill another land on top of it? How would that make you feel? Like conceding, evidently, yep. Awesome, Ziggs. Yeah, and for the people that are letting me know that they're really enjoying the Yarok field deck, there's going to be a full primer on the Yarok field deck posted on Cool Stuff Inc. this week. While I was not streaming over the weekend, 2 5-hour car rides give me a lot of time to get some writing done. So last week I had a modern primer go up, and this week we'll have a standard primer go up on Cool Stuff. We'll have matchup notes, sideboard guide, all that jazz in there. All the things that the people like to see. I think it's probably a Vanguard out matchup. I don't need to be very aggressive here. This is for the other control decks mostly. Probably don't mind Shivan Fire, and they probably have Yarok, which makes Fry pretty reasonable. Let's give this a go. This is fine. Not amazing, but fine. Needs some lands, but our deck has a lot of lands in it. Yeah, Tomik prevents Nissa from making lands into 3/3s, which is sweet. It's definitely one of the reasons he's in this deck. As you will. Wouldn't be surprised to see Chandra or Realm go away here. Probably Chandra if I had to venture a guess. I bet they have a lot of ways to kill enchantments post boards. This card's probably a little bit less good in that respect. You can in fact see the slain messages. Alright, so long, Star of Extinction. I hardly knew you. Help, help! We're under duress! We're under duress! think I want to scry. They know about these strikes. They know this Risen Reef is dead. The Butler! Thank you for the 6 months support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. They go land Nissa, though. I'd probably strike a Nissa land, I think. Just go ahead and kill this with fire. Or lightning. However you want to slice it. It is now dead. Cavalier of Thorns is pretty good. Interesting they left in a Boreal Grazer against us. Feel like that card's not very good in this matchup. Right on time, Tocatli Honor Guard. Welcome to the party. Enjoy your stay. Now this treasure map's gonna ramp our lands up here a little bit, so we might be able to set up this 1-2 punch here. It's been a while since I've seen that one. Alright, it gets fried at least. Then we can theoretically Extinction next turn, but ideally we're going to do it in 2 turns. Let's see if they have another bomb here or not. Great. Let's find out if they have a removal spell here. If they don't have a removal spell or a counter spell, Star of Extinction kills them next turn with the Truefire Captain. Hopefully just have like lands into the battlefield effect. They could have finality here. If they attack, I think I'm just gonna run the no blocks. I don't want to give them the chance to, like, play a Risen Reef and draw a card. I think we're just, like, hoping to combo them next turn. We could get negated here. They could also kill my thing in response, which feels a little bad. Okay. I think I chump block with this and try and high roll another star. Yeah, that's the punishment for that.
The wind whispers secrets. All you have to do is listen.
All right, 3 draws to kill them here potentially. Alright. I don't have 7 mana anymore, though, is the issue here. So I need to hope to draw a land underneath that. Oh my god, that's an elemental. That's unfortunate. I should know that. Yikes. Alright, we give them a free draw. Because I'm lightning striking this anyways. Every miscellaneous card's a random elemental, it feels like. Yikes. Alright, well, we're dead to a counterspell. Yep. Alright, game the third. No, I don't think so. I don't think I can't beat a negate that game at any point anyways, Bad Tinker. So, like, if I don't lose to the negate that turn on their thing there, I lose to the negate the following turn when I Shivan Fire their 4/4. So, like, playing around a negate that's ultimately going to win them the game anyways is irrelevant. No, the trigger put Hinterland Harbor into play. So they definitely already had it. So that was irrelevant that turn. Elementals are fine. Risen Reef is fine. There's lots of powerful things going on in the standard format. Point Salad and Catalyst are two games that I remember the names of, so they were probably better than a lot of the other ones I don't remember the names of. To set a bar that's low. There are so many board games in my house at this point that, like, the threshold for something to, like, be worth adding is, like, pretty incredibly high. Most of the YouTube watcher now due to work. Thanks for the great content. Get to watch today because of Canadian holiday. Well, thanks for the 3 months of support, Drekios. I appreciate that. Welcome. And even if I had Star Up Tinker, the negate just counters the star then. How do I store the board games? Currently, they're in a pile in my living room. My wife has a vision of building bookshelves or some custom shelving units at some point, but I'm not holding my breath on that actually happening. Yeah, now that we're fully moved, Max, so there was a little while where we didn't really have time to play because we were moving and then, like, we were getting things together to sell the old house, and now, like, anything we don't play probably in the next year, I'm going to push my wife to get rid of. There's just no point in holding on to stuff for that long. So, I think I want to just Prison Realm here, as weird as it sounds, just because I want to play Karn next turn, and if I'm Karning next turn, I'd like to like use my mana this turn, so that way Karn isn't just my first play. So I don't want to play Karn on my 4 and then have them play Nissa on their 4. That doesn't seem like a good exchange for me. It's possible I should Truefire Captain there just to play around negate, but getting Karn going sooner has a lot of upside. I also kind of don't mind if Karn eats a negate. It makes Star of Extinction more likely to resolve later, which is nice. I think I'm in for a guaranteed 7th land, so I think we're just, like, all in on the combo plan here. Gonna, like, play the captain and, like, hope to get to untap and 20 them. That's unfortunate. Makes keeping that land on top real awkward. OSSarian, thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome, welcome. It's in a pretty bad spot here. Unless we're Filthy Liquor and rip another star and kill them. Feels bad, man. Their deck has a lot more cards that generate individual value on them than ours does, so from a top deck situation like this, I think my opponent's incredibly favored to win. Things like Hydrate Graces, things like Yarok and Cavalier of Thorns, all of these things mean that their average card is doing a lot more than our average card draw is going to.
Prove your skills, and I can teach you even more. Learn from respect.
Shoot the Reefer. Truefire will get to attack Yangling. Hey, Nova Chip, thank you for the 3-month support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks, Muse. Pizza game. The pizza game is pretty good. It's one of the better. That game released at Gen Con last year, I think. Maybe the year before. Feels like they have another negate, and they're just like trying to hold it to not get punked out by a star, which is probably pretty smart on their part.
I'll make use of that later.
Hey, what's going on, BD? I am back again. Do do do. Do do do. Beep 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 do do.
We will not fail. The land fights for us.
Do not pity me.
All right, third time's a charm. We'll get it. We'll get it this time. Your MTG content makes me want to slap my grandma. I'm not certain that that's a good thing, and maybe you should talk to someone about that. Thanks for the Prime support, Boo Shoes. We've not done the thing. We've mostly just been getting stuffed by people playing good efficient decks. Hey, thanks for 3/4 of a year, Daloon. Does this bunch qualify for a thing, or is it just to buy? I assume it qualifies for something, but they also haven't posted the details yet, so I don't know. There's also a non-zero chance that Wizards of the Coast doesn't know yet if this month qualifies for anything, so there's a good chance that we'll know as soon as they know. The Rogue Seagull coming out with that brand new Prime Port. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Hope your weekend treated you well. Check out what's good. I think the older I get, the less I'm into giant crowds of people, though. Like, Thursday and Friday were pretty reasonable, but Saturday was just so packed full of people. When there's a line to use the urinal in the men's bathroom, there's probably too many people wherever you're at. Is a pretty reasonable rule of thumb. Yeah, competitive Magic as a whole is just kind of weird. Because, like, I feel like for a long time, competitive Magic's just been a giant spew for Huatli. So it's like, well, how much effort are they supposed to put in it because they're just spewing on it the entire time? It's like, at the end of the day, the competitive stuff isn't what keeps Magic as a game going. It's definitely the more casual focused stuff and, like, kitchen table players that, like, keep Magic as a game chugging along. The first couple times you go to Gen Con 2, like, there's more new stuff because you haven't been before, but, like, when you go every year, there's fewer fully new things each year. So some of the wonder wears out a little bit. And, like, the parts of the con that I really enjoy aren't things I really need to go to specifically Gen Con to do. Like, I can play games with people at my home and not have to wait to use the bathroom. Alright, so they have a Defiant Strike in here. I think I'm supposed to Binding the Vanguards, though. Because they're the more scary threat. I have a lot more cards that kill Arcanists than I do that kill Vanguard. That being said, we're about to get God's Willing, so it just doesn't matter. So, we're on the Plat 4 rank floor, so I'm actually going to concede this match and then start another one to try and find a matchup that's winnable. The feather matchup seems rancid for this deck. We played it twice now. Hey, Smutface, thanks for the 25 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yep. I'm actually just about to make the sarcastic comment about protection being a fun and interesting mechanic. I will say this, after this last standard set especially, I think I'm pretty on board with the idea that Land War Elves and protection are things that just shouldn't exist in Magic and they should never print again. Yeah, they just binned an X's off of this, so. Isn't there a protection effect of some form or another in every set? Nope. Protection was a mechanic they didn't print for a long time. M20 reintroduced it. Is Elvish Mystic okay? Get out of here. I agree completely, Ekian. I think Grazer is a really excellent template for what an appropriate 1-mana accelerant looks like. Are we dead? Not super likely. And I actually exiled a Chandra here. So I'm gonna lightning strike their dome. And then I'm going to down tick Karn, get Chandra, give them an emblem. So like we might actually be okay here. This could get an Excess of Fate though. If they don't take a turn here and I get to Chandra emblem them, the emblem might run them down.
I must train harder.
So I talked about this a little bit last week when I ended early on Tuesday. This is one of the types of decks that are just not competitive in the standard format. There's really good aggressive decks. There's really obnoxious go over the top control decks or combo decks and control decks too, honestly. And these kind of sweet, like mid-rangey controlling brews that aren't like filled to the brim with every card drawing more card just aren't competitive. This format's very similar to how Modern is shaped up to be. And this is the type of deck that if someone submitted this idea today, I think I would have to tell them that no, it's just not going to be good enough. But it was waiting to get played in the queue, so we came up through it. Between now and when Standard rotates in October in about 2 months, I'm going to be getting a little bit more selective about the things I'm willing to accept as deck submissions. Going to be focused more on things that are aggressive or bigger go over the top. Because things like this, while they look really sweet on paper, when you actually start playing them in the format, they're just not competitive. And losing a bunch of games in a row.